I'll admit it, I love those violent exploitation movies from the 70s, and anytime someone tries to do an homage to one, I'm right there, just in case they get it right. Like Ram Zombie did when he did The Devil's Rejects, and no wait, that's it really. He was really the only one who got it right. But when I saw the trailer for the movie The Strangers, I had very high hopes. Hopes that were dashed hard and fast. The story here is fairly standard. A couple, James and Kristen, have just left a wedding and he decides to take her to his parents' summer home for a bit of quiet where he plans to propose. Well, he does, and she says no, and things get a little tense. Now, in the middle of all this, a very strange woman has come to the door asking for somebody who's not there, which all seems a little stranger because this house is out in the middle of nowhere. Now, when James leaves to get cigarettes for Kristen, things get even stranger around the cabin, and I was betting at this point things were going to start getting good in the movie. The strange lady came back and knocked on the door. There are suddenly people in strange masks running around outside. These same weirdos are getting in the house and running around, and I was sure that when James got back with the cigarettes, things were going to take a violent turn. Well, James got back with the cigarettes, and there was more running around and more knocking on the door and more noises outside, but strangely no violence. Well, things keep going this way, and soon James and Kristen have locked themselves in a closet with a shotgun so that anyone who comes in will get it. Well, guess who comes by? Yes, it's a friend of theirs, and guess who gets shot in the face? Yes, you've got it. No violence from the menacing masked people outside, just from the people inside running away from them. Well, this goes on for what seems like forever. Seriously, I was wondering at one point how they managed to get 15 hours worth of movie onto one DVD. Then finally the strangers show up, and they're standing in front of our two terrified victims. And what happens? A stabbing. Seriously, we've terrorized these people all night long, and not one chainsaw? Not a machete? Nothing more creative than a knife that you got out of the kitchen drawer? Are you kidding me? Alright, then there's a little postscript at the end that sets up for The Strangers 2, which, if there's a movie god, will never, ever happen. I'm giving The Strangers a half a cigar out of 4, and that half a cigar has been in the gutter where it's been a little wet, because I was all set to be disturbed and all set to be frightened, and all I got was an hour and a half of noises in the dark. Seriously, my cat can scare me that much. If you were thinking of renting The Strangers, take it off your queue list, put it back on the video shelf, and go grab The Last House on the Left, or The House at the Edge of the Park, or anything from the 70s with David Hess in it. Those movies are what The Strangers really wanted to be, but apparently didn't have the balls to do. So until next time, when I'll still be scraping the taste of this one out of my mouth, this is Brian from BadMovieGuy.com reminding you that just because the budget is low doesn't mean the movie is bad.
Yes, I'm on